Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this January 9th. I hope that you had a good weekend. It was the coldest weekend thus far of the winter season. We got down to 9 degrees yesterday morning at the Bowling Green Airport. Now, that was not a record. The record was 12 below, set back in 1887. So, yeah, it was pretty dadgum cold, but not as cold as it has been on that day. We're going to see a big-time warm-up, and it's going to get wet around here. Winter weather, for now, is done for about a week, maybe longer. Based on what we're seeing right now, the projections are warmer and wetter, and it looks like it's going to stay that way for a while. Today will begin the warm-up. And the winds, too. The winds are going to be with us pretty much every day. Breezy, gusty at times. Yep, it is a strange pattern that we're in, but it is what it is. 58 was the high temperature a year ago today, but 28 was our high temperature yesterday. Let me fix that. 58 was our high temperature a year ago. 28 was a high temperature yesterday. That's a 30-degree difference from year to year. But 45 is the average, so that puts us down 17 degrees below average. 9, as I mentioned, was our low temperature. That's 17 degrees colder than the average low of 26 for the day. Of course, no precipitation at all during the course of the weekend. It was just cold. Bitter, bitter cold. Now, begins the warm-up today. We'll start with a few clouds, but overall, mostly sunny today, and it will be warmer. Winds are going to begin kicking up out of the south today, 10 to 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. The high we're calling for is 41. So it's not going to be a big warm-up today, but over the next few days it will. This is just the beginning of the warming trend that is going to take place over the next few days. Tonight will continue to be breezy under cloudy skies. It won't be as cold. We'll see an overnight low at 37. The temperature is just not going to change that much thanks to the strong southerly winds that will be with us even tonight. And it will be windy again on Tuesday, but then we're talking about a 60% chance of showers, perhaps even a rumble of thunder as we get all the way to 55. Wednesday, a continued 70% chance of showers, perhaps even a thunderstorm, as we warm all the way to 63, south winds at 14 to 30. Yeah, it's gonna stay windy. I can tell you that for a while. Thursday, we'll see about a 40% chance of showers and 66. Friday, a 50% chance of showers and 60. Saturday, continued 50% chance of showers and 58. Sunday, continued 30% chance of showers and 61. Do you see a pattern? Or do you hear a pattern? Every single day after today through the weekend is going to be rainy. And it may not rain the entire time, but it is going to be at least a chance of rain each and every day. Some of the heavier rain is going to come Wednesday and then probably again Friday into Saturday. What's happening is we've got a series of systems disturbances coming in, and you're probably hearing some talk about the big storm that's coming in the Pacific Northwest. Well, eventually that's going to have an effect on our weather. Not only are we going to get ample moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, which is usually where we get it, but that's going to combine with energy and moisture coming off of the Pacific coast. And that's why a lot of those places are calling for flooding, like in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California. Mudslides have been predicted there. They could see some of the worst flooding that they've experienced in quite a while. And then as that storm moves across the Rockies, it will be about snow, of course, with the colder air. But for us, since it will be warmer, then it's just going to be about round after round after round of rain. But at least the temperatures will be quite warm for this time of the year. We'll be running, 20 degrees, close to 30 degrees above average. So as far as winter weather is concerned, we're done with it for the short term, at least for this week. I don't see any wintry weather coming anytime soon. No forecast of snow or ice or anything like that. It's just going to be way too warm. Next week could probably be different, but this week it's all about the warmth and the wet weather and the wind. So there you go. All right, that will do it for this edition of the podcast. But before I go, let me remind you that this Saturday is our annual time at the Medical Center Health and Wellness Expo. We do this every year in January, where we set up the WBKO booth, and then we're there with Kroger to sell and program NOAA weather radios. And we always have a good turnout for that. That's going to take place this Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. Come out to the WBKO booth. It's a free event. If you have a NOAA weather radio that isn't working anymore, especially the Midland, the white, weather radios that we've sold here for years, if it's not working, bring it to us. We'll try to get it working or try to figure out some way of getting you a weather radio. And, of course, Kroger will be there with a stock of those weather radios and the newest model that we've been selling the last couple of years, the little red emergency hand crank radio that people seem to like because they're a little more compact, and you can take it with you anywhere, and it runs off of solar power, hand crank power, USB power, whatever. So, again, Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon at the Sloan Convention Center, the place it's always been, the Health and Wellness Expo, free admission. We'll be there from 8 a.m. to noon in the WBKO booth. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday, streaming live to the WBKO app and WBKO.com. Know the weather before it knows you. And if you get a chance, join me for my radio show this afternoon at Classic Hits, Sam 100.7, between 3 and 7 p.m.